Gone, and it's by Don and Phil Everly.
All right.
Some sunny day, hey baby, when everything seems okay, baby, you'll wake up and find out you're alone. 'Cause I'll be gone, 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 really gone, gone, 'cause you tell me you're wrong. Everyone that you meet, baby, as you walk down the street, baby, they'll ask you why you walk it all alone and on your own. Just say I'm gone, really gone, gone, 'cause you tell me you're wrong.
Is he okay? Yes. Okay, Grandpa, I'll show you a picture.
Yes,
Okay. If you change your way, baby, you might get me to stay, baby. You better hurry up if you don't wanna be alone. Or I'll be gone. No, no, no. Really gone. No, no, no. 'Cause you tell me you're wrong. 'Cause you tell me you're wrong.
hey,
Good job.
I think we know most of you guys, but we have since rebranded because we had to. We locked ourselves into a State Department tour. So we're leaving on Wednesday for 16 days in Poland and Germany, playing pretty much constantly, so your tax dollars are hard at work. But, we're really honored to be chosen for this, and after we got chosen, we very quickly had to make a lot of stuff about us. We had to have new pictures taken, and Sasha named our project Our Band, which is fun because both of us have kind of had our own projects for a long time, and this has been one of the places that we played together. It's like
It's
a
true.
little respite, but
And they got married here,
that's
too.
right.
true.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is our happy place.
It's true.
So we live in New York City now, and I grew up in North Carolina. This is my buddy Dave Connor, great
Hi,
bass
Dave.
player. He's in the Houston Symphony, and we went to North Carolina School of the Arts together. And we knew we were going to play a bunch of shows in North Carolina, and we needed to drop our daughter off with my parents. And so here we are, family reunion, at our favorite place in the world, the River House.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're going to do a real old one, public domain tune, called Make Me a Pallet on the Floor.
Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet soft and low. When I'm down and
That's an old one.
Like, where does it come from? And who?
I think nobody really actually knows. But it's a folk song.
It's an old song. I know Lead Belly recorded it.
Yeah.
But I think it goes back at least 100 years. There's a really great dirty version of it by Jelly Roll Morton, recorded for the Library of Congress in the late 30s. And it's great. He gets they're interviewing him because he's a sort of interesting figure in American music. He said he invented jazz, which is probably not true, but I don't know. But they interviewed him near the end of his life, and at that point he was having a tough time, and they asked him. They really wanted him to play all the really filthy songs that he played in bordellos when he was a kid. And he said, "Well, could the ladies please leave the room?" And did he turn loose? Those are some blue recordings. So if you're ever looking for something that'll, would make Howard Stern blush,
Check out Jelly
Jelly Roll
Roll
Morton's Library of Congress recordings. It's out of control. I thought I was nasty. We kept it clean for you guys. We know you're sophisticated folks here at the River House.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna do a song that I wrote with my good buddy, the accordion player Sam Ryder, and this is it's only halfway fair to say that we wrote it because it's a totally true story and it's almost exactly transcribed from the lady that was telling us the story. She was talking about going to the movies with a friend of hers and trying to decide if it was a date or not. And while she was telling the story, you guys know people that when they talk it just sounds like music? It's her. So he was literally, I thought he was texting, but he was literally transcribing everything that she was saying on his phone while she was telling this story. And then he texted it to me right afterwards, and he says, "I think this is a song." And so literally, I just changed the end of the phrases to make it rhyme, and added a couple little things here and there, and I set it to music, and it became one of our fastest songs. It also became our most successful song. This song, unbelievably, won an award as Best Americana Song of the Year from the Independent Music Awards, which really surprised the hell out of us. But it's called More Than Friends, and it's a true story about going to the movies. Just wasting time. You led me on, but I'm not blind. You brushed my hair, but then you turned away. I wish that I could make it stay. Up on the movie screen, we're in the final scene. The music swells the feeling, oh, and my heart's a singing. Kiss me now, before it ends. Tell me that we're more than friends. Up on the movie screen, we're in the final scene. The music swells the feeling, oh, and my heart's a singing. Kiss me now, before it ends. Tell me that we're more than friends. Tell me that we're more than friends.
Good job, Justin.
Thank you.
I love that song.
Your turn.
All right. Well, as we were picking the program for Poland, we're going to Poland on Wednesday. I decided to include this next song on our list, even though it's written by a Canadian singer-songwriter. I hope they'll let us get
It has that Slavic feel.
It has the Slavic feel. It's written by the great Leonard Cohen. My mother loves this song. We came to visit her near Boston recently, and it was really late. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and
She didn't hear us come in.
because she was.
And she was waltzing with a glass of wine in the living room. She had just gotten Alexa, you know.
Yeah.
And she was playing this song, and she was, you know, singing along with it, you know.
It's "Dance Me to the End of Love" by Leonard Cohen.
Yeah. And she was like, "This Leonard Cohen, he's so sexy."
Like mother, like daughter.
Yeah, right. You said that too.
Hell, yes, it's true. Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the paddock till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch and be my homeward dove. And dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Let me see your beauty when the witnesses are gone. Let me feel you moving like they do in Babylon. Show me slowly what I only know the limits of. And dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the wedding now, dance me on and on. Dance me very tenderly and dance me very long. When both of us beneath our love, we're both of us above. And dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the children who are asking to be born. Dance me through the curtains that our kisses have outworn. Raise a tent of shelter now, though every thread is torn. And dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end of love. Thank you. Thank you.
Back here.
Yeah, I was trying to make a paper plane.
What?
Are you gonna do that for this one?
Polish?
We're doing it in. Oh, you mean should I translate a verse into Polish?
No, are you doing that when you're
We're doing it there. We're singing it there.
but English?
In English or
We're singing
Polish?
everything in English because we're representing America. We are
Right.
the American band. We're sharing the stage with a band from France and also from Germany at one of the festivals. And Justin and I are going to be representing.
We're Mr. and Mrs. America. just your average Joes here.
Just your
We're proud
average
of you.
Joes.
Yeah, but Sasha has learned one song in Polish, which
I did. Do you want to try it now? I usually play this one on the piano.
let's try it. Why not?
Okay.
Whoa,
Oh.
great.
I gotta put the accordion down. Does anyone speak Polish here? Oh no. I'm so sorry.
Oh dear.
Well, I speak all Russian, but learning Polish was...
Я немного говорю по-русски.
Ты говоришь по-русски. Я тоже говорю по-русски. Но по-польски я не говорю совсем. Но я решила, что мне надо по-польски говорить и спеть эту песню.
That's Miss America, right?
Yeah. Exactly. What is it?
Wouldn't that be a great?
Oh, that's a terrible word.
This is a little early, but cock the dock.
Oh, all the bad words are coming out. I see what this crowd is all about. I'm gonna keep my lyrics handy. Okay, I'm gonna try it memorized. We'll see.
Wow.
Only one person will know if you fail.
Only what? Don't tell anybody.
I feel like that'd actually be kind of amazing for a movie idea for Miss America to be a Russian spy.
That sounds like a James Bond.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, it's gonna fly away.
Hold it up. Hold it up. You hold it up.
I think I got it. It's
Yeah,
just it's a cheat
hold it
sheet.
up.
Okay, here we go.
Filling me with confidence.
Oh, do you want me to give you the time? All right, here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Nice.
Płynął strumik przez zielony las, a przy brzegu lezał 100-kilowy głaz. Płynął strumik, minął jakiś czas, 100-kilowy głaz się skinął, strumik płynie i tak płynął. Cicha woda, brzegi rwy, nie wiesz nawet jak idzie, nie znosisz nawet, zabezpieczasz się. Bo nie zna nikt metody, jak się ustrzec ciche wody. Cicha woda, brzegi rwy. W jaki sposób, kto tam wej? Ma razy tak powiem tak, że słowiem. Cicha woda, brzegi rwy.
Oh, solos.
Szła dziewczyna, szak zielony las, popatrzyła na mnie tylko jeden raz. Popatrzyła minął jakiś czas, lecz widoczny jej uroda biła tak ta cicha woda, brzegi rwy. Nawet jak i gdzie, nie znosisz nawet, zabezpieczasz się. Bo nie zna nikt metody, jak ty ustrzec ciche wody. Cicha woda, brzegi rwy. W jaki sposób, kto tam wej? Ma rację, że tak powiem to przysłowie. Cicha woda,
That's what I was saying. Well, maybe we'll try it again later tonight, so I can
we'll see.
practice on the piano too.
Yeah, I'm sure give me 15 minutes, I'll have it all down.
He's kind of doing it already. He's just kind of ghosting it so that
Yeah.
I'm the only one that can hear it.
Where's our
I
song?
heard
Where did
it.
it go?
But they've been playing everywhere, so.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. Don't worry about it though.
Ken's on it.
Oh no, yours haven't flown anywhere. What are you looking for?
just the set list.
Ah, that didn't fly.
Hold on, I think I've got another one.
I haven't seen the set list. Sorry.
There's one.
There it is.
Oh, cool.
What should we do?
Hey, we skipped ahead to the Polish
Oh,
song.
you know.
Why did we do that?
You wanted to.
Because we asked you to.
Okay.
See, now I want to drink this wine, but that kind of risks its paperweight status.
No, it's got to stay there.
Should we do Priscilla?
Yeah.
So you know exactly what vintage is it, paperweight.
I like that.
This is a really recent song. My dad is sort of edging his way towards retirement, and in the process is doing all kinds of really weird stuff that we didn't really expect him to do. Like he took out a booth at the local antique mall, which really, yeah, Gene's making a face. Yeah. We were like, you did what? You know. And so I went down to check it out, and he's got a bunch of music stuff and a bunch of NASCAR collectibles from the 80s. It's basically like a perfect distillation of like who he is. And so, you know, I was just walking around and I saw this kind of Art Deco looking Bakelite radio. And I've always liked the way that these things look. And we listen to tons of radio at our house. There's certain programs that we listen to. I even like rigged up the stereo so that we could have speakers in the kitchen so that we could listen to a certain program when we're cooking on Sunday nights. But I don't usually, you know, these radios are usually just AM, you know, but this one is a 1948 Zenith AM/FM, one of the first small FM radios. And so I was kind of interested in it. You know, it'd be nice to have a radio for the bedroom. And so I asked the lady, you know, how much for this 1948 Zenith radio? And she said $9. And I said, yeah, right. And I said, well, does it work? And she said, yeah, it works. Plug it up. So I plugged it up and turned it on, and the tubes lit up, and I could hear a ball game. And I was like, wow, $9 for this 1948 AM/FM radio. I even called Sasha from the antique mall, and I was like, I found something awesome. And she was like, what junk are you bringing it up?
That's true.
Yeah. But so I bring it home, you know, and we were just about to listen to the big broadcast, which is the show that we like on Sunday nights, and the FM doesn't work. It's just the AM that works. And so I called up Dad, and I was like, yeah, it doesn't work. It's just AM, FM isn't working. And he was like, well, you know, I got a buddy, Ed Coltrane, and he likes to tinker on things. I think he can probably figure it out. So next time I came to North Carolina, I flew the radio with me. And
It's not a small radio.
Yeah.
It's like this big.
so I brought the radio, and he took it to his friend. Turns out that the tube for the FM had gone bad, and it was a really weird size. But a friend of a friend of a friend had a new old stock tube. Cost $2.50.
Wow.
So then you know, next time I think my folks came to New York, then Dad brought the radio with him. So this is 6 months later, and $11.50 in the hole. But man,
And 3 flights.
but does it work? I mean, it sounds so great. It's really, I mean, it gets so hot. It feels like it feels really dangerous. It's got this kind of, it glows kind of fluorescent orange, you know, and the music is just so sublime coming out of it. And I was so excited to have this radio, working that we were going on this. Camping is not really what it was.
No, it was a house.
Yeah, we went up to Woodstock, New York, and we rented this funky house in the woods, and with our buddies, and I decided to bring the radio, and somehow I got stuck doing every part of the cooking on this. Everything. It was like
He's a
nobody.
very good
It was
cook,
like
so
nobody
everyone
knew
just
how to
kinda
cook.
leaves it
So
there.
I was probably pissed cleaning the grill one night, and I had the radio on. I was out there by myself, and in the woods, and then Heartbreak Hotel came on the radio. And it just hit like a laser beam. Like Heartbreak Hotel came out in 1956, I think, and I got to thinking that probably a lot of people heard Heartbreak Hotel for the first time on a radio like the 1948 Zenith AM/FM radio with those funky tubes, mono, just one speaker, It just sounded incredible. The whole Elvis phenomenon really made sense to me in that moment. And so I got really inspired and wrote this song, which is chock full of Elvis references, and it's called Priscilla Come Home. That was really fun. I always had a crush on Priscilla Presley when she was in those Naked Gun movies. When
That's okay. I approve.
Proof of
I
what?
approve.
Approve.
I
Oh,
approve
yeah.
of your.
Just
Priscilla
be
Presley.
careful not to rock back too much, okay?
Ready?
Ready? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I miss the way you wear your hair so high, like a brown torpedo to the sky. I got a hunk of love for you, and I know that you miss me too. Why don't you come back home? Listen to Elvis on the radio. Makes me sad to think you're on your own. Priscilla, come home. Priscilla, come home. Lace up your blue suede shoes when you're scared and you feel confused. Priscilla, come home. Priscilla, come home. I know you had to go and find your own way, but it just gets harder every day. They build you up and spit you out. Honey, that ain't what it's all about. Won't you let me learn to love you right? Listen to Elvis on the radio. Makes me sad to see you're on your own. Priscilla, come home. Priscilla, come home. Lace up your blue suede shoes when you're scared and you feel confused. Priscilla, come home. Priscilla, come home. Get it, Priscilla. I miss the way you wear your clothes so loud. I can always spot you in a crowd. I'm sorry for the way I was, and my heart's so full of love. Won't you let me learn to love you right? Listen to Elvis on the radio. Makes me sad to think you're on your own. Priscilla, come home. Priscilla, come home. Lace up your blue suede shoes when you're scared and you feel confused. Priscilla, come home. Priscilla, come home.
Okay with it. Yeah.
Why not?
So we got my boat. You guys talk
What
about
is
it?
it?
Tell them about
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Boat.
Go for it.
Okay. All right. Well, we love to sing the song "Wildwood Flower." It's a song I learned a couple years ago, and we recorded on my album Victory, and
Which you can buy here.
which you can buy here. A few copies left, and when Tom Petty passed away, Justin and I were talking about his music, and he both meant a lot to both of us as a songwriter. I remember being a teenager and hearing Wildflowers in the car and just thinking that it was just the best song I've ever heard in my life. And so we were talking about that, and we thought, hey, you know, what if we put Wildwood Flower and Wildflowers together?
Ooh.
And so then we wrote this little creative fugue of the two songs.
Yeah,
Late
they
one
kind
night.
of do this, and then they kind of do this.
Oh, wow.
Kind of what we did.
That's disgusting.
That's where babies come from.
Who's going to take care of the baby when you're gone?
His mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
His
yeah.
mom. Yeah. For 16 days she's gonna be here.
Oh boy, oh
She's
boy.
gonna learn how to say y'all.
Oh, yeah. She's now
She's two and 5 months.
And beautiful.
She's gonna love it. She's gonna hang out with her grandparents and go swimming every day. It's-
Yeah.
yeah.
But she's, because she's going to learn to say y'all.
She's done it. Right now she actually only speaks Russian mainly, but after these next 16
Not
days.
true.
Okay, but it's her like fluent language. I've been working really hard on it.
She speaks to me in fragments, and she speaks to Sasha in like
In essays.
Dostoevsky plays.
And then she'll ask me, what did Daddy say? In English. But after the next couple weeks.
Where is he from?
Right, exactly. Who is this guy? No. All right, well, this is another piano song, but we're playing it out here.
Should we wait?
We can, no, well, we've done the introduction.
All
Now you got to now.
I think we gotta do it.
He went and got his bow.
You did the whole hand gestures. I mean, we can't go back.
You know, usually when a bass player brings out a bow, you think, you know. But we're really lucky that Dave is here with us because he's a beautiful classical player. He's going to show off his bow chops on this one.
I'll twine in the ringlets of my raven black hair. The lily is so pale and the rose is so fair. The myrtle so bright with an emerald hue, and the pale arenatus with eyes of bright blue. I'll sing and I'll dance and my laugh shall be gay. I'll cease this wild weeping, drive sorrow away. For my heart is now breaking, he never shall know that his name made me tremble and my pale cheeks to glow. see no other who compares with you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. You belong with your love on your arm. You belong somewhere you feel free. I'll think of him never, I'll be wildly gay. You belong among the wildflowers. I'll charm every heart in the crowd I will sway. You belong somewhere close to me. I'll live yet to see him regret the dark hour. You belong with your love on your arm. He won and neglected his pale wildflower. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel free. You belong somewhere you feel
I heard a little extra bass.
Yes.
That's Tom Petty's.
That's not bad, yeah.
And by the way, I've got my Russian mixed up a little bit in my book, and I said this is a little bit early, but I meant to say Snowdom, Godom.
I don't know. This is a conversation for later.
Happy New Year.
S Novim Godom. That's oh, got it. Okay, got it. Yes, that is. It is
Got a little
early.
Southern accent.
Yeah, you have a southern accent in Russian. How did you do that?
Carolina, right?
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna play it on accordion.
Well, you don't have to. You wanna wait? We can wait. We can do it another time.
Well, we can do painting. Do you want to do painting now?
Well, let's do a not piano song.
Well, painting I'm okay with not playing.
Your call.
Let's wait with Carolina and do painting instead. Is that okay? Oh, it's so beautiful. So this is a song, we're just pulling all our best songs for this tour. So some of you that have heard us play here before have heard this song. It's a song I wrote called Painting. And it was funny, Dave has heard it for the first time while we were rehearsing earlier this weekend. And Justin was like, Dave, you know this person that she wrote it about? And then I was like, it's actually about like two people. They're kind of mashed up. And Dave was trying to guess who those people were. And then I said, actually, it's more like 4 people. It just kept getting more interesting. But it is kind of it's a character study of a couple different qualities that I like in several of our friends. Mushed into one. Here it is. Mushed. Very eloquent.
the Russian word for mouse?
Mush. Wish, wish. Okay. Slowly as the cold draws in, the windows fog. We'll talk about George Jones and how we love Jolene. Sing just like the Everleys. Ooh, and in the day you'll wake up late. You'll make a pot of coffee. Then you'll sit in a cafe singing the music that you taught me. Ooh. Kids these days are serious with jobs and dreams. They talk to strangers like they do to lovers, being honest with each other. Ooh, and someone else's whiskey makes you stand a little closer. And the band next door is getting hot, and I know it's time to go soon. You're like a painting that I want to touch. You invite me in, but I'm not part of it. You're like a painting that I want to touch. You invite me in, but I can only watch. Ooh. You in the room with just a smile and money in your pocket. No, you're never hungry, just a little anxious that you got it. Ooh, you take me to your car, and though I know that you can't drive, I'll get it back, and wait for you to turn the heat on. You're like a painting that I want to touch. You invite me in, but I'm not part of it. You're like a painting that I want to touch. You invite me in, but I can only watch. You're like a painting that I want to touch. You invite me in, but I'm not part of it. You're like a painting that I want to touch. You're like a painting that I want to touch.
That's it, Patrick.
Thank you.
Such a pretty song.
Thank you. Let's do yours. I've been wrong.
All right. So we got this tour, and it really kind of came out of the sky. And so we needed to very quickly make some recordings, which fortunately Dad was. I'm always talking about my dad. He's always doing crazy stuff. And so he was driving down some old highway in China Grove, and he saw some guy walking with a cardboard box with a bunch of chrome stuff in it. So Dad pulls off the highway and says, "Oh, what do you got there in that box?" And the guy says, "Oh, this is an AM gospel radio station. We've been in business since 1950, whatever, and we're closing down the doors." And Dad says, "Well, I'll give you $30 for that box." And so the box was full of these ancient chrome microphones, none of which were particularly valuable, but they're all interesting looking and strange, and at least half of them worked. And so he sent them up to us and said, "I figured you guys would have fun with these." And they just kind of sat in a closet for a long time. And then we found out, we got this tour, and they were like, "All right, well, we need some recordings, we need your music videos and all this stuff." Well, we didn't really have anything that was really, we thought, good enough. So we very quickly used these ancient microphones to make some recordings, and we had my sister, who's an incredibly talented artist, made puppet versions of the two of us.
Right.
And we spent
So
a
if you
weekend.
haven't seen it, we have a video up on YouTube where there are puppet Sasha and Justin and real Sasha and Justin singing the first song that we sang today, Gone, Gone, Gone.
We're really lucky that we know a lot of friends that are really wonderful artists.
It's true.
One of our neighbors and good buddies is a filmographer for Victoria's Secret, which
Yes.
if,
So
you
we
thought, if
hired
you've
him.
ever thought you had a dream job, this guy every once in a while he has a party at his house and you go over and you're just like, holy God. But anyway, he's an incredible, super creative filmmaker, and so we staged this whole puppet thing. If you go on YouTube, our band,
Yeah.
the song is Gone, Gone, Gone.
And we are puppeteering, so
Yeah.
I am the Sasha puppet.
And it's hard
He's
work,
the
we
Justin
really
puppet.
practiced and we got pretty good at it.
We had to lie on the ground and
until
like,
we realized when we filmed
was
it, they were like, well, you
crazy.
can't be in the scene with your puppet. You have to be
Right.
out, so you have to like lay on the ground and do
right,
this,
you
know?
have to like hide.
It's really hard.
It's very difficult.
Incredibly sore. for
Lots
the
of
next
bruises.
week. Lots of bruises. Yeah. There's this scene where our puppets are in our bed having an argument with each other,
Right.
but the real us are
But we had
laying
to be,
on
like,
we had
under
to
the
lay on the
bed.
floor under the bed.
Trying to get them like this to talk to each other.
I forgot where I was going with all this.
I don't know. I did too.
Oh well, you had the tour, then you have to write some songs.
Oh,
Oh
right.
yeah.
But
So- takes three people to make a band.
Right.
Yeah.
I was joking earlier today
Unfortunately,
that
we're just going as two to Poland, so I don't know what
I
we're
guess
gonna
it
do.
only takes half a glass of wine for me.
I was saying earlier that the trio version of this band should just be called Wine.
We need a refill, don't
Yeah, well, we'll
No,
be
we're
there.
still
We've
we're
got all night,
paper
Gail.
waiting.
we? Okay.
Yeah. So here's a song that is just a couple weeks old, so we haven't really played it very much, and
Yeah.
it's called "I've Been Wrong." Rocky.
Oh, yeah.
You are wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Just wrong.
I wanted to write really happy, sunshiny songs like June Carter and Johnny Cash,
You
but
did write one.
but the
We're
hotel
gonna
I
do
was
that
staying in
next.
last week was so depressing that that just wasn't really where it was coming from.
I'll watch the sunset sparkle in the wake. I'll watch you organize every move you make. Ocean runs below us, ocean runs between. In these fragile moments, memories run clean. I've been wrong, and I know it's true. Everything I've lost is turning up in you. I've been wrong, and I know it's true. Everything I've lost is turning up in you. Searching for faces in a foreign town, I run the risk of letting our world down. I'll help you realize the person you've denied. I'll help you down the stairs with your hand in mine. I've been wrong, and I know it's true. Everything I've lost is turning up in you. I've been wrong, and I know it's
Everything I've lost, turning up in you. I've been wrong, and I know it's true. Everything I've lost, turning up in you. I've been wrong, and I know it's true. Everything I've lost, turning up in you. Everything I've lost, turning up in you.
Wow, there.
Love on the Road?
Love on the Road.
Okay. Here's a song that it's much sunshinier and happier, even though that the subject matter is maybe a little more lascivious. This one's called Love on the Road.
This is another one you wrote in Australia.
Get your coat when you want.
Being away is a good muse.
Love on the road is the road we're on. One more night and we're gone. Storms are brewing, rolling like a drum. Love on the road is the road we're on. Love on the road is the road we're on. Don't act like you've never been here before. 3 in the morning, one stop to go, and you're knocking on my door.
My head's spinning from the shape I'm in, but I know what we're heading for.
We tried to hide it, we tried to run, but we can't stop it, so we better hold on. Love on the road is the road we're on. One more night and we're gone. Storms are brewing, rolling like a drum. Love on the road is the road we're on. Love on the road is the road we're on. It's been weeks since I left the folks back home. They think I'm out here working a job, but we've been carrying on.
It's been a long run and we've had our fun, and now it's all over and done.
We tried to hide it, we tried to run, but we can't stop, so we better hold on.
Yeah.
Love on the road is the road we're on. One more night and we're gone. Storms are brewing, rolling like a drum. Love on the road is the road we're on. Love on the road is the road we're on. Love on the road is the road we're on. One more night and we're gone. Storms are brewing, rolling like a drum. Love on the road is the road we're on. Love on the road is the road we're on. Love on the road is the road we're on.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think if that's all right, we're going to take a little break, so
I think so.
So
and
people
have
can
some
refuel.
more d'oeuvres and some more wine and some whatever.
we'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be back in
I've ever heard
it.
a G run on a accordion.
You guys are just so cute and you're so
Oh, it's so fun to be here, as always.
How long ago was it that y'all were there?
And I'm in 2000.
4 years, yeah.
2014. So yeah, I guess it was maybe our 4th anniversary in August.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
So we're 2 years short of 4 years. Gosh, I feel like the last 3 years went by really fast. Really? Oh God.
There is a video of their wedding.
Yes, on
our
your website, which is really
so
cute. It's very cute.
Did you get married here?
We did up in the barn. Yeah. Actually, well, right under the tree. Yeah, we got married under the tree, and then our reception was in the barn. It was incredible, and we brought all our friends from New York City, and they were like, "What is this amazing place?" So we want to do a 10-year anniversary.